as we continue to move through this market, should sellers leave their lower interest rates?
I think that that's obviously the hardest part right now for a lot of sellers that don't want to leave that. I think that's also creating this lack of inventory where it goes, I know I have a house that has my payments, are $1,200 a month, and I have this 3% interest rate. It's like, why would I leave that? And a lot of times, it's kind of no, to be honest with you. It's really hard for us to tell somebody that goes, yeah, based off of what you have right now and based off of what you can get, it doesn't necessarily make sense for you, But with some people, I think the real thing to look at is to go, okay, well, the other option is to wait for interest rates to go down, which I don't recommend doing. I think you really have to look at your situation, go, well, why would you want to leave it anyways? What is your reasoning for finding a new home? What options are you going to have? Are housing prices going to go down and you can wait and stay in your house for a few years, We don't see that happening anytime soon, So I think you really just have to look at your situation and not look at what are interest rates at, what are housing prices at, You have to look at your situation and go, okay, is what I can afford comfortably going to be better than what I have now? There's a strong enough reason for me to need to get there, right? And in some cases, it's yes. In a lot of cases, it's the conversation of waiting isn't necessarily going to make that situation better unless your situation changes in that time period. The real thing to look at is go, okay, if you are waiting for something, how long can you wait, right? That's the real thing I think to look at, to go, what are things in the future going to look like? What is your situation in the future going to look like? And just holding on to that 3% interest rate doesn't make sense to do that. Or really, in reality, is can you find what you are looking for and can you be happy with that? That's the number one thing I think it leads to when deciding whether or not to leave that 3% interest rate. And in the future, hopefully, you'll have an opportunity to be able to refi into a lower interest rate. So waiting for that just makes sense to get it now for the most part where prices are a little bit lower, right? So I think that's the main thing you really need to look at is just establish what's really important to you. Are you going to get that in the next home and can you afford it?